Happy Friday, my name is Corrie. Today we are going to be testing an Elizabeth Arden foundation. This is the Flawless Finish Perfectly Satin 24-Hour Liquid Makeup. It has a SPF 15. It claims to be for normal to oily skin, medium to full coverage, a soft matte finish, and to last a full 24 hours. Also transfer proof, also oil free. There's a look at the ingredients. And here is the beautiful glass bottle. Frosted glass bottle with a clear acrylic cap and a pump, which is nice. This foundation was recommended to me by Jessica. I purchased this from beautyboutique.ca, which is Shoppers Drug Mart online beauty store, for 50 Canadian dollars. I was actually redeeming some points. And the first time they sent it to me, it had actually expired. So if you buy this from Beauty Boutique, maybe double check that yours hasn't expired. I got it in the shade 01 Alabaster. If you don't know, my skin is pretty oily, kind of acne prone. Right now I do have some active stuff happening. So this claims to wear for 24 hours. I'm just gonna wear it for 12 and we'll see how well it does. Just gonna do one pump on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna be applying today with a beauty blender. Alright, went on really nicely, really easily. It feels really smooth, almost a powder finish. Kind of that oil absorbing feeling that you get, so I really like the finish. But you can see it really evened me out. Great coverage. You can see my acne spots do sort of still peek through, but that's just with one thin layer. And on most days, I don't really need much more than that for coverage. I'm just gonna throw on some more makeup here. I added a little bit of color back to my face. Now I'm going to set everything with the Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder. Personally, I always set my face. And then I'm just going to add a touch of highlighter, just for fun. Overall, my skin looks really good. I think it looks a little bit dry. Let me just set it down with the setting spray. It's been about an hour since I moisturized. I feel like as soon as my oils start coming through, everything is going to probably melt together and I'll be good to go. So let me throw on some lipstick. So all that's left is to wear test this for the next 12 hours. Let's start the day. It's the end of the night now, and this is what my skin is looking like. I had a pretty normal day, reasonably active. It's super cold here today, like minus 20 degrees, so definitely winter weather. But I did have pizza for dinner, and honestly, I haven't blotted once today. If you have oily skin, this is going to be such a nice foundation for you. I still feel like kind of powdery fresh. I don't feel like I need to blot at all, which is pretty much a miracle. I feel like the coverage is still nice and good. I feel like the color did deepen slightly, so it's a better match to my body now that it's like dried down and worn all day. This is a godsend if you have oily skin. It really reminds me a lot of my Estee Lauder Double Wear, which I love, and this is kind of my HD foundation right now. I would say this one has slightly less good oil control though, whereas this one kind of takes it up a notch and really controls your oil a lot. Color-wise, comparing Alabaster to 1N1, which is my shade, the Estee Lauder I'd say is a little bit yellow and just a slightly bit darker. I'd say it's probably the truer match to my skin tone, where this is just a little bit lighter and a little bit pinker. Elizabeth Arden is really one of those brands, and Estee Lauder too, that like if it weren't for YouTube, I would never be looking at these brands because I kind of think they're like for old ladies. And considering it's a $50 foundation, that is pretty steep, but if it performs as nicely as this, honestly, this one, what was this, like 40 bucks? And this has lasted me more than a year. At the rate that I got their foundation, paying a premium price on a foundation that's going to be absolutely perfection on my skin, not break me out or cause any issues for me, it's not such a big deal. I would absolutely consider purchasing it again in the future when I run out. Plus it comes with a pump and the Estee Lauder didn't. Does it now? They might have changed that. Rating this foundation, packaging gorgeous, price pretty steep, I will say. Great coverage and finish. I think it's really nice. Like I said, I didn't feel like I needed to put on concealer today. I felt like it was great at taking down my redness, and it left me feeling powdery fresh all day in a really good way. This is like 5 out of 5. This is right alongside the Estee Double Wear, and like we'll test this out in the summer, and if it does a better job at oil control than the Estee Lauder, this really might knock it out of top spot. So I really haven't explored too much of either of these brands aside from their foundations, and like I said, I have to thank YouTube for introducing me to these and the recommendations. So thanks again to Jessica for suggesting this to me. Great suggestion. Thank you guys for watching. If you've tried this foundation, or if you have anything else from Elizabeth Arden that you would recommend that I try, definitely leave me a comment down below with your recommendations or your experiences. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't subscribed already. Hello to all my new subscribers. Huge thank you to all of my patrons, and if you want to help support my channel, you could become a patron or just share this video with anybody else who might find it helpful. That really helps me out. Aside from that, I will see you all in Monday's video. Bye!